which Marilyn Monroe appears unmasked. It may not represent the public image of the radiant movie star, but it has fallen in place historically as Avedon's Marilyn. That is true of all his portraits. They are recognizably Avedon's first, even before the viewer identifies his subject. Today, in the pantheon of portrait photographers, Avedon stands alongside Nadar, Gaspard Félix Tournachon, who photographed in his Paris studio the significant artists, writers, musicians, and thinkers of 19th century Second Empire France. Julia Margaret Cameron, who photographed the artists, poets, philosophers, and aristocrats of 19th century Victorian England. August Sander, who made a chronicle of societal archetypes in early 20th century Germany, and of course, his own contemporary, Irving Penn. All of them photographed the significant figures of their time, each one asserting a distinct visual signature that defines the artist as well as the period in which they each lived and worked. Avedon's signature was the formality of a straight-on figure against the white nuclear backdrop, with a proscenium frame composed of the edges of the film printed as part of the image, the ID picture taken to its apotheosis. In his fashion work, he brought a native poetic impulse and youthful exuberance to his discovery of Paris after the Second World War, and transformed the representation of women's fashion in photography into the defining look of an era. He knew that women are a foreign country, Judith Thurman writes about the young Avedon in her essay in Made in France. He also knew, like every other precocious young aesthete raised among Philistines, that Paris is the capital of that foreign country. In his lifetime, Avedon endured personal as well as professional prejudice. He was brought up in New York between the world wars, when anti-Semitism and homophobia forced him to make decisions that shaped the course of his life. His father, Jacob Israel Avedon, anglicized his name to Alan Jack Avedon, and his son grew up believing that, as a Jew, assimilation and aspiration were the same thing. Avedon had his nose surgically altered in 1941 at the age of 17 to appear less Jewish. Several years later, he began psychoanalysis to try to cure himself of unwanted homosexual feelings. He married twice, a necessity in mid-20th century America for anyone who wanted to have professional options and societal standing. By sheer force of will, and not a little talent, he rose to become the most successful fashion photographer in the world, and then among the greatest portrait photographers, along with Irving Penn, to whom he would become tethered in history as Picasso is to Matisse, Pollock to de Kooning, and Roth to Updike. As an artist, Avedon found that the world of fashion did not satisfy the breadth of his curiosity and creativity. Avedon was like Fragonard, one colleague said about him. Like many decorative artists, he despised his gift. His gift became a noose around his neck, albeit one that was perpetually lucrative and made him very rich. He wanted to be taken seriously as an artist, but was foiled by the bastard medium he embraced, photography, which made the struggle to be seen as an artist that much more encumbered. In his final years, Avedon witnessed a respect for his chosen medium that had been long overdue in the art world, and that he had had a hand in bringing about. His own tireless efforts to have his work shown in galleries and museums throughout his career tracked simultaneously with the rise in stature of the medium of photography itself. In Avedon's lifetime, two other luminaries had instrumental roles in garnering respect for photography in the art world. The curator, John Sarkowski, had the institutional platform of the Museum of Modern Art, on which to make his persistently.
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.